Guys, we have a great Between the Pond in store. Before we get into it, I want to thank the episode sponsor once again, Guardian Group Services. Check out Guardian Group Services if you live in the New York area and you are interested in OSHA training, pet first aid, human first aid, conceal and carry permits, pepper spray training, weapons training, self-defense courses, security services courses, law enforcement training. There's a whole variety of great services that Guardian Group Services offers. They can certify you with their website so you have the certification you need for your expertise, whatever it may be in work or recreational. Stand up for the community around you, save your furry friends, or just enhance your skill set. Again, that's Guardian Group Services. There is a link in the video description. And with that, you guys, let's get in the episode. And I got a house call update. I'm not taking out my headphones. The ukulele, I was right. This ukulele from the house call in the last video, I said this is probably the treasure of the item. It was. I had it on eBay for $500 and I had 10 watchers in 2 days. And then somebody reached out from Canada and asked if they could make a deal and you know how much they like my content, blah, blah, blah. So buttered me up and I cut them a deal. So I did $390 and I'm shipping to Canada. Shipping is included. So I'll probably walk away with like $300. So 50 and 300 out. I knew this was the good buy of that deal. I guess we'll cover instruments soon because I don't know shit about them and there's a lot of money to be had. This is not the first instrument I bought, but definitely the one I made the most amount of money on. Now I'll get this packed up and shipped to Canada. Their beady little eyes and flapping heads so full of lies. Blame those suckers for everything. Everything. Funny, I put the camera down, and right as I put the camera down, the house call guy who sold me the ukulele called me again, and he found more stuff he wants to sell, so he'll be coming in shortly. All right, so what do we got here? Oh, we got more KISS stuff, okay? Yeah, that's just this. The game, all right. Yeah. Okay. And another Dr. Seuss. Another Dr. Seuss go in the pile. I didn't get any of that yet. This is plate. It's just plate, yeah. Yeah, there's a big plate piece, okay? There's a cricket downstairs. And it's quite loud, and I actually really like the sound of crickets. It reminds me of summer. Okay. So I kind of want to keep him alive all winter. I hope he stays alive, and I went and captured a friend for him. You actually did? Yeah, so now there's two of them down there. You sit down there with me, chirp, 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 chirp. I hope they reproduce. There's like, it just sounds like a forest down there. That sounds hysterical. And then if the landlord gets all pissed, like, do you not see that I can invoke the power of plagues? Like this, these are some of my Armani watches go for a couple $100. This joint right here, this that's the 14 karat gold. But this is 1891. I know that sounds impressive. It's not as special as you think. It's not as special as no. Okay. It's like these fossil joints are all like 40 to $100 in around there. If I put this on, okay, so you see like there's wear down in here. This is like $2. This is the expensive. I'm just not gonna say expensive. Okay, so here's what I'm willing to do. So at $250, I would keep these, this. You are free to take these. Otherwise, I could do like $270, but like that's really all I see here with these. Okay, that's $270. You got it. That works. Okay. That works. All right. Is this all you got? Today, yeah. Okay, yeah. $280. All right. So that was house call, guys. So we acquired all the watches. Honestly, like that's where the money is in this whole deal. I won't even make that much money in this. Yeah, sure, they retail for $100, but as we know, once it walks out of the store, it's like a new car. It just plummets in value. You'll never see that again. So I'm literally gonna dump all these watches downstairs. I'm gonna go through again and just pick out the gold-plated ones, but that was it. Pretty simple in and out. This is awesome. Brady, who bought the ukulele from Canada, he just got it. He's super happy. Thanks, man. Beautiful piece. Glad you like it. So thanks, Brady. I appreciate that. There's a thing I've been doing. I'll make a TikTok and then it's like, oh, I gotta double up for YouTube too. Just do a longer version of it. So I'm about to list these Legos right here. This is kind of the genesis of a lot of my videos. I stacked them up and I thought, I should keep one. I thought, oh, I already did keep one. Actually, I kept two. I should make a video explaining about why I'm keeping these, and that spiraled into, I should make a video explaining how you can make money on collectibles and like how I am attempting to make money on collectibles. So I'll start with the Legos here, right? So how do you make money in collectibles? Well, we'll talk about that in a minute. Let me just quick show you guys some collectibles that I have put away and that I am hedging over time to make money. So just kind of going over a few items I cherry picked out of my personal safe here. I got four Legos. I bought these at Target the other week. These were each $2.99, and I'm like, holy like I'm sure they mass produce these, but Legos, Marvel, $2.99, brand new in the box. Given inflation, what cost $2.99? Nothing. So I bought all three that they had, and then I bought this for $45. This came in from the storage locker guy. This is right now, and it sounds worth about $100. Shout out to Holden Wilmore. He gave me these when he stopped by at the garage sale. These are Desert Storm trading cards. It's a Saddam Hussein rookie card, and then it's a George Bush. So I'm keeping these. I'm actually going to send these in to get graded. Every time I come across a McDonald's Big Mac 50th anniversary, I keep it because there's no way these aren't going to go up. 2 Pokemon graded cards. This one's got a good score from 2020. I have about 20 graded Pokemon cards I put away. I paid very little on them, and I'm just going to keep them. This is the Call of the Wild series. It's a 10th ouncer, and I do have these on my website. I think still, actually. Check out PawnmanStore.com, the 1 ounce version. This is a 5/9 purity. These are about 350 bucks online. I paid a lot less. Every time I come across one of these from the series, I keep it because they made very few. I have a Proof Eagle. I keep all Proof Eagles, especially Proof 70s. 69s I sell, but 70s I keep because I think they're going to discontinue this soon, and when they do, if and when, then this is going to go way up. And I just think these are hideously undervalued right now. So every one of these I keep. I keep most of my pennies because I think the pennies are gonna be canceled soon. Pun intended, it doesn't make sense. I've said it a million times. If you're still laughing, thank you. But pennies, you can buy them for very cheap right now. You can get, most of the examples here, the ones that are expensive are toned. Most of these are gonna be in the $30 to $50 region. And for a high score penny, a wheat penny, that's a great price. You personally wanna be getting ones from the 1910s, 20s, and the key dates. I'd recommend getting at least a score of 65 or higher, and always red, not red, brown, red. But I have a lot, like a ridiculous amount of pennies put away. I'm waiting for them to cancel those f***ers. Finished with John Walk's booth started. 9/11 recovery coins we've talked about. I keep every single one of these I come across. I recently I ran into a little bit of a money hiccup. I got over it. It was quite a speed bump about a month ago. But I sold one of these, and then I just bought another one to replace it. This I bought very cheap. Anything that's got a score of 70, it's cheap, I keep. I think it rhymes. This we covered with Lego. This is a Star Wars Leia as the prisoner. This caused a lot of hot water over at Lego, the whole Jabba the Palace set with her like this. So I paid $2 for this, and it's not worth more than like 10, but I just thought this was a good one to keep because of the controversy. Just bought this at the garage sale. I'm just keeping this one because it's cool. Finally, these are 3 trading cards. I sent my apprentice yesterday to go do a sports card deal as a house call, and he came back here with like 15 or 20 cards, and I had him cherry pick the top 3. So we're sending these 3 in for grading. No, I don't know about these. He apparently does, and he said these are the good ones, so I'm gonna listen to him and see what we have here. But okay, let's talk about how and why. When people ask me about investing in a collectible, I cut them off. Investing in collectibles is like investing in gambling. You're going about it the complete wrong way. Collectibles are very risky, and you need to understand the market, you need to understand what you're buying, you need to be able to predict a trend. It is very easy for you to lose your money when you're investing in a collectible, or it's very easy to make a lot of money too. So what I recommend is take Warren Buffett's investing advice. And I'm not giving investing advice, I'm just quoting a really rich guy who's very smart. Don't buy something you don't understand. If you don't know about something, if you're not willing to learn about something, if it is beyond your understanding, you're just trying to make a quick buck, you're in the wrong arena, especially in collectibles. You need to understand what you're doing. You need to be wary of whatever market fluctuations could take place with that product. So there's a lot of factors at play. As long as you can understand something like that, then you can with collectibles and trying to make money. For me personally, I get stuff that I understand in terms of like original 151 Pokemon, Legos, I grew up on them. Those kinds of collectibles I understand because I grew up around them and I understood it then and I understand it now looking at the market and how it changes. Sports cards. I don't understand them because I don't know about them. I don't like sports. I'm not willing to learn about sports. I have those because my apprentice told me these are the ones you want. And so I'm going to just listen to him and see if he's right. You know, it doesn't cost me much. I didn't pay much for those cards. But that's it for sports cards. I'm only buying those and putting those away to hedge and diversify my portfolio. My advice, if you're not willing to learn and you still want to try to with collectibles, then do something you're not going to lose your money. Like, you're probably not going to lose your money. Legos, you're probably not going to lose your money. Everything I just showed you in that stack when this started, all that'll probably go up. I can't guarantee it. Graded Pokemon cards from the original 150, the vintage cards. Vintage anything, the first run of anything is something that you can buy. You know, like we talked about with Hot Wheels, the Sweet 16, you buy any one of those, that's going up. Star Wars toys, you buy an original Star Wars toys, probably going up. Keyword here is probably. When you're buying these items, you want to be looking for the best examples, the creme de la creme. So I bought 3, shout out to Mike in New York, one of my customers. Mike sold me 3 Morgans from 2021, graded by NGC, the 100th anniversary. These are really good collector items. I'm keeping 2 of them. He sold me 2 Carson City MS70s. This is a New Orleans, but it's a 68. It's not a 70. So for that reason, I don't want to keep it. I only want perfect examples. Those are what go up. Buy something for 2,000 that'll be worth 20,000 in 10 years, not something for 200 that'll be worth 800 in 10 years. Really, and maybe I will do a whole Pawn Man episode all about this, but you want to be wary of market trends, you want to know your product, you want to not, most importantly, crucially, overly invest in something. Don't spend money you don't have. Buy something you like, because even if something goes colossally wrong with what you bought, example, the Beanie Babies, if it's something you like, at least you own it and you have a lot of it and it's cool that you have it, as long as you appreciate it. Once again, you guys, first off, post your comments in the questions section below so I have more questions to answer in the next Between the Pond. If you guys like what I do, consider becoming a Patreon or sponsor. I could use all the help I can get. Hit that subscribe button. I want to thank our episode sponsor before we get into the questions. Once again, Guardian Group Services out of New York. Check out Guardian Group Services and check out Charlie Mack, New York City, Brooklyn on Instagram. He's a great resource to the community, and I know him personally. In fact, I'm going to be going out to New York City in a couple weeks, and I'm probably going to see him in person. I might even film something with him. But Guardian Group Services is offering classes for first aid, pet first aid, conceal and carry, self-defense, pepper spray, OSHA safety training. They offer FDNYC certification. They offer a whole array of certification for New York City for professional services, security services. So visit Guardian Group Services website. There's a link in the video description. If you live in the New York area, definitely recommend it if this is something you care to learn about. If this is your industry, you need certification. Guardian Group Services, excellent service. And with that, my name's Evan, and I own a gold and silver business. And how has my week been? Well, you guys might have noticed I didn't put out a video last week because I'm busy. I'm very busy. If you watch these videos, you know how it's been. I'm struggling. I'm always struggling. Quite a lot's happened since I joined you guys last time. I feel like, it's only been like 2 weeks. I feel like it's been like a month since I recorded one of these. Here's what's new with my week. I moved, personally. I moved apartments. I didn't move too far away. I moved in with my girlfriend, and I'm bisexual. Means I like guys and girls. Right now, I'm liking the girl that I'm with. Maybe I'll go back to guys. Who the cares? So we moved in together. It's been going well. It's nice to it's gonna be good for me to not be so wild and crazy and have another person around to kind of check me and make sure I don't go off the rails like I have been quite a lot. It's gonna keep me more grounded, and yeah, I'm really excited about living with somebody and having more responsibility and just kind of changing my everything. Because this is a massive change. I've never romantically lived with anyone in my life. So, and our cats are getting along too. So moved, the announcement that I was gonna make on the last Between the Pond that is now not happening. I have been trying so hard, even though I don't have the money, to move into the largest unit in this building, and it's never gonna happen. The landlord here is a moron. I don't care if he sees this. He's an idiot. He is a goddamn idiot. It is amazing how stupid this man is. So this guy who owns the building I'm in, he bought it in, I think 2017. He paid $1.8 million. There was a jewelry store in the largest unit here, and he tried to hike up the rate to $5,000 a month, and they left, and it's been vacant ever since 2017. He hasn't collected a dime in rent in 6 years. And I've been trying to work with him on this, but it's my guy, retail space is dying. The economy is changing. I did my research. You want top dollar for your square footage space. You're never gonna get it. His low end was $4,000 a month, and I wanted to lowball him and maybe meet him in the middle. So I offered him $2,250, which again is $2,250 more a month than he's getting. He's literally never gonna rent that thing. It needs a lot of work. Yeah, so I threw out $2,250 with very little that I wanted done to improve it. Because if another tenant takes that place, he's gonna have to sink probably $30,000 into renovating it. And I wanted very, very little just to make it work because I desperately need more space. I need to be able to insulate myself. I want a private office. It's interfering with content. But the simple fact is this guy's an idiot and he's greedy. And he very rudely rejected my proposal. So it's okay, you know what? Then end of my lease, I'm gonna move out. Good luck, Chuck. And I'm gonna move into a different space in 2026. So, unfortunately, we are not moving into a larger unit. I'm so disappointed because I really wanted to, but it's probably for the best because it is a big financial gamble doing that. And really all it does is give me more privacy so that I can focus on my content more. It's unrealistic, or it's just kind of crazy when I scream quiet on the set because I'm filming something and everybody working literally has to freeze and not even breathe loud. But I guess that's what we got to do until 2026. So bummer that happened, but that's what happened. I had my garage sale. It was a colossal flop. That's why I literally threw away all the footage. 6 people came the whole day. What I didn't realize, it was the Vikings opener, which was a dumb idea. But I also realized I can't have a garage sale in this store. It's just too small. I brought up everything, even with like a couple people in here at once. Like I said, only like 6 people came by, and 3 of them were at once, but it was cramped even like that. So that wasn't good, but like, yeah, I ended up throwing a lot of stuff out. So going forward, I've decided I'm gonna be adjusting what I'm buying. It used to be a profit's a profit. If I envision a profit, then I'm gonna try and buy it. I'm gonna be really strict on what I'm buying going forward. I do not wanna buy expensive militaria. I don't wanna buy anything big. I'm gonna be probably limiting some of the stuff of what I'm buying from the con artist, even though I got the question like, you must have a heart for the guy. Why do you still buy from him? I have made $5,000 at least off of that guy. I am gonna be turning more stuff away. What was good about the garage sale, it allowed me to look and see everything that's down there and see exactly how much stuff I have. Just getting an idea for exactly what I had and what it's worth. That was helpful, but no, the garage sale was a huge flop. Nobody came to my party. That'll make me feel better. A little bit of bong water, that'll make me feel better. Couple more things, funny update. I got burned on my apprentice got burned on a bad chain about a month and a half ago, and the kid felt so bad, and it's like, hey, I could have done without losing $1,000, but like, that's how you learn, you know, that's how I learned. You make mistakes. I bet for a prior employer that I had once upon a time, I bet I made at least 20 grand worth of mistakes. You know, that's how you learn, and I said to the kid, like, don't feel bad, just don't do it again. But here's what we can do. And you guys, here's something, if this ever happens to you, here's what you can do. If somebody you like this, you can sue them. My cameras conveniently malfunction when this guy, he did a bait and switch, and the kid didn't know, he'd never seen it. A bait and switch, if you don't know, it's a chain is good, you file it, you check it, it's good. The second you turn your back, they flip it out for a dud, and you don't know until later. When we called the police, they're like, hey, can we see camera footage? And turned out the cameras conveniently malfunctioned, like right as the guy was in here. So they're like, well, you know, it's hearsay. Unless you have it on camera, it's hearsay. There's nothing we can do. So I thought, oh, you know what I can do? I can sue him. So I went to Hennepin County Courthouse and I filed a lawsuit against this guy for $1,000, and dumb gave me his real ID. I have his real information. Now what's gonna happen is, you know, he's not gonna show up to court. So I will win an automatic default judgment, meaning if you don't show up to court, I win. This guy will never be able to take out a credit card, rent a house, buy a car, buy a house, anything. I completely ruin his credit forever, and I ruin his ability to buy stuff forever until he pays me back. So don't with Jews. We're a mean people sometimes. Just ask Christ. 2 other announcements. I have this Rolex and the other Rolex that I bought are on my website. I'm gonna try to be adding more Rolexes. Ryan Beam at Crown Time and Jewelry, or Crown Jewelry and Time. I'm gonna be integrating his entire high-end watch selection onto my website. Look for that coming soon. In the meantime, just know I got these 2 Rolexes on my website, and I'm gonna try to add more. So check these out, and there's gonna be more coming. And then finally, there's something that's really exciting that's coming up. I got invited to a very, very big deal function. I am a guest of honor in 2 weeks in Chicago, but I can't say what I'm doing. Tell you about it next time. In the meantime, let's get into the questions. Let's see, what do we got here? And again, you guys, please post your questions in the comment section. I only have 4 today. Question 1 is coming in from Big E143. Big E writes, hey Evan, why don't you do memberships on the YouTube Plus? If you do lives, people can tip with super chats. So I actually did create, thank you, I did create memberships. I would really appreciate it, you guys, if you became a member here or became a Patreon, like for $1 a month. Look, I hate begging for money and asking for money, but the fact is I lose money on social media every month. I'm losing about $500 at least, and I, as you know, I'm having money issues. I'm not wealthy and I need all the help I can get. And if you like what I do, if you want to support me, $1 a month, you get early access to my videos, you get other exclusive content. I'm trying to do more on there, but I really need help, and this is a great way to help me. I don't go live on YouTube because I don't have that many followers, and I gotta have at least 40 people in the room if I'm gonna be going live, or it's just uncomfortable because I feel pressure to constantly be entertaining. It's a lot harder to entertain a small amount of people than a large amount of people. So like I go live on TikTok, I always have like 100+ people watching me. That's great. But going live on YouTube, I don't know how well that would work. But I do now have memberships. So if you guys want to become a member or a Patreon, it really means a lot to me and it helps. All right, question 2 coming in from Numismatic Master 8612 asks, would you say you're more into bullion or numismatics? Probably numismatics. Just because it's more, I enjoy it more. I probably have more bullion, but I enjoy numismatics more. I really like coin grading, and I really like talking about and examining coins, going through coins, the history of coins, because coins are history versus bullion, not as much. So I would say numismatics. All right, question, department store detective, on the case. Children's section. Little kids try on the underwear. Underwear goes missing. Doesn't make it back on the rack. Oh. Nobody suspects an inside job. Tickle Monster Gal. Also, everybody, please check out my Tickle Monster Gal compilation. My editor did a fantastic job. I love that he did it like documentary style. They're gonna continue. And if you don't think they're funny, I bet you got molested as a kid and it's a little too real for you. Ha 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 ha, you got raped. Anyway, Tickle Monster Gal says, what machine or testing device do you want for your shop? I mean, an x-ray gun will make my life easy. They are not always accurate, but they're usually accurate. And cause like, I get nervous filing, you know, when I get a chain like we got burned on, I gotta file the into it. I gotta go way into it. And I have to damage an item to do that. And I don't like damaging people's merchandise before I bought it. But x-ray machines are 50,000 plus. You know what else I'd like? There's machines that sort coins. You could dump a whole thing of like US change in and it'll spit out everything that's silver against everything that's not. I love one of those, but those are like 10 grand as well. I once had a guy, when I worked for somebody else, trust me you guys, I'll explain all this soon. I can't do it right now. I once had a guy, when I worked for somebody else, telling me about a machine like that, and he was like trying to sell us on the machine. And I was like, okay, how much is it? Oh, they're about $100,000. $100,000, my God, for free, I can go through it myself. And the guy, like, he kept soliciting the machine. He kept coming back and soliciting the machine. It's like, what part about we don't have 100 grand or wipe our ass with do you not get? $100,000 is a lot of money. So one of those machines would be great, maybe one day. And then last question coming in from T-Money says, have you heard about coin shops getting their bank accounts closed for no reason? I suspect that banks don't want to deal with large cash withdrawals. Do you have any concern your business or bank account being closed or the type of work you do? Yeah, I'm actually really worried about it. I've been reading about it more and more over the last few months because like I need a bank to do what I do. I gotta have a bank. I can't have all that money in cash. I need to keep it somewhere. I'm really worried it's gonna happen. My biggest concern with it is I can't get a mortgage because I'm self-employed, which banks view is money laundering. And so instead I have to do a bank statement mortgage, which requires 2 years of bank records. And because I got robbed in New Orleans, I had to shut my bank accounts down just shy of the 2-year mark of opening them up for my store. Like within days, I had to shut everything down because all the accounts got compromised. So I've had to start over because I can't produce 2 years of banking. So if this happens to me, basically this will prevent me from ever getting a mortgage. Simple as that. I'm really worried this is gonna happen. Now it's happening, it seems to me it's happening because banks don't like what I do. Banks won't lend to me, they view what I do as high risk. When I pitch myself, you know, opening up an account, I call myself retail, which is technically true, but I don't really get into the other part because I've had banks deny me service because of what I do. So yeah, banks don't treat my industry well and they're doing this now. They're literally closing accounts on coin dealers and they're not giving any explanation why. And I'm really worried that's gonna happen to me. So I really hope it doesn't, but I have no control over it. If it does happen to me, I bet your ass I'm gonna file a lawsuit. Honestly, that one I probably won't win, but it doesn't hurt to try. All right, you guys, once again, please post your questions in the comment section below. If you like what I do, become a member, become a Patreon, do something to support me. I really, really want to thank our episode sponsor. It's important to get sponsorship here. Guardian Group Services, check them out. Pet First Aid, Human First Aid, OSHA training, security training, conceal and carry permits, other permits with certification in the New York area. So check out, again, Guardian Group Services, link in the video description below. Get my books on Amazon, share my videos, share them across all platforms, subscribe here on YouTube, follow me elsewhere, and I'll see you guys back here for another great Between the Pawn. Later, guys.